Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on and do a love reading today. I wasn't here yesterday. So we're going to use this deck to see what the situation is, and then we're going to get some more decks. So I have a new addition to my little family here, a luck dragon from the Neverending Story. So he's just going to chill out there for the readings. But yeah, let's get into it. So I am hearing something about boundaries. So I'm curious if this is someone that you put boundaries up with or someone that you need to put boundaries up with. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out. On the bottom, we have codependent, obsession and restraint, possession and control, emotional block. So this could have been someone that you were that you had a codependent connection with, and codependency shows up in different ways. It can show up as anxiously attaching to someone, staying longer than you should, putting up with less than you deserve. It can also show up as, on the other side of the coin, it can show up as the moment someone starts to feel dependent on someone emotionally, they run. So there could be like a runner-chaser dynamic here. We also have hammer, sabotage and rebuild, persistent, working on it, repairing. So this could, boundaries, okay. So this could have been a situation, or could be a situation, where perhaps you are attached and you're in a situation where you're trying to make it work. Maybe you have a fear of, being in separation with this person, or a fear that if you stop trying, that you'll never see this person again. So it'll be curious to see what comes, or I'm curious to see what comes out. Depending on what comes out, I might actually have to pull tarot, because I'm having a hard time figuring out energetically if you're with this person or not. So let's see what comes out. All right, deep breath. I am picking up on some anxiety, so perhaps you are anxiously attached. We do have the butterfly, healing the inner child, so there could be childhood wounding within this connection. And perhaps you've already put up boundaries. We have coffin, endings bring new beginnings. All right. Again, I'm unsure if you're with this person or you need to evolve and perhaps take a break from this person and put up boundaries. So let's have a look at what's going on. We have not enough, lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego, fear, frustration. Ascending and separation. So you know what I'm going to do? I can't. Either you've already put up boundaries and you're in separation, or you're still in contact with this person and there needs to be a separation. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that deck aside for a moment, and I'm going to grab a tarot deck to see what is happening here. The Seven of Cups is here in reverse. So the Seven of Cups is clarity, but it's avoiding making any romantic decisions. So that could be the fact that you have clarity that this connection isn't going the way you want, that nothing you do, no matter how hard you hang on, nothing is changing, but you're avoiding making the decision of pulling your energy back. Or this could be connected to the person connected to you. So I'm actually going to pull some tarot cards to see what's happening here. We have the King of Pentacles, so earth energy could be symbolic. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. All right. And we have the Two of Coins. So the Two of Coins can be quite an inconsistent energy. So you could be dealing with someone who's prioritizing work over this connection, or maybe they were showing up really inconsistently. The Two of Coins is also an energy of cognitive dissonance, confusion between the head and the heart. And when someone is being inconsistent with you, hot and cold energy, kind of that up and down energy, push-pull dynamic, it can actually cause you to become addicted to it. I often talk about the slot machine analogy where you feel like, you know, sometimes they show up, so that keeps you holding on for hope that they're gonna show up eventually. And again, you can actually become addicted to it. Yeah, so I just want to get you the clearest message possible, which is why I'm going to pull tarot, just a few cards first. We have the Two of Cups, Seven of Coins. I don't know, this feels like you may be talking to this person, but I'm gonna check. So show me the viewer's energy. Show me the viewer's energy, please, Spirit. Show me the viewer's energy. We have the Tower. All right. Listen, this reading is for someone who is talking to this person, okay? So that's kind of what I was getting. Which is why I felt so called to pull tarot, just to make sure. So we have the Tower. So it feels like that Two of Cups, it feels like you are talking to this person. And some of you who are listening to this may resonate with this being you in the past, and maybe you're already in separation. But with the Tower, it feels like the foundation that you're in with this person is kind of very shaky. And again, the whole reason I came on to do this reading is because I was hearing something about boundaries, needing to put up boundaries, putting up with less than you deserve, putting up with inconsistent energy, still being attached to this person and fearing that if you ask for more time and energy or if you put up boundaries that they'll abandon you. And we have the Nine of Cups here. So it feels like, sorry, we have the Tower. So it feels like this situation is very unstable. There could be some red flags. Feels like that Tower is shaking. Knight of Pentacles, very determined to, like, that's a very determined energy. And that's what I was getting with that sabotage and rebuild. So it feels like you're very determined to try and keep this Tower together and to continue to give energy to it, even though this person could be showing up very inconsistently. And the Nine of Cups shows that you're not actually happy. So this could definitely be a runner-chaser dynamic where you're still giving it energy. And, you know, it's showing in these two cards that it doesn't feel stable and you don't feel happy. But then we have this Five of Coins showing that, you know, you fear being abandoned or you fear being rejected by this person. I think there is a need, Four of Swords, to kind of withdraw your energy or put up boundaries here, if I'm being honest. And that's why I wanted to get tarot, because I was getting door slam. I was getting the energy that someone needed advice about how to handle a situation that they were already in. So it does feel like you feel very left out in the cold of this person's energy, even though you're talking to them, right? That Two of Cups, that Seven of Pentacles, it feels like you're still investing in some kind of connection with this person, but it's not making you happy. And that Nine of Cups in reverse also symbolizes, you know, you could be searching for love outside of yourself, which comes from a place of lack of confidence. This one right here. So in a sense, you're self-sabotaging because this connection isn't making you happy. It's causing you to be confused. It's causing you to, you know, put up with less than you deserve. And inner healing is required here. So it does feel like Spirit is kind of saying there needs to be a break here. this person, this just fell off the top of the deck. So this person could be spending more time working, more time with friends, more time kind of acting like they're single, even though they're supposed to be building something with you. All right, so let's see their energy. Show me their energy, the person my sweet friend is connected to. What is the energy of the person my friend is connected to? So we have the Six of Swords and we have the Hermit. Let's get one more. All right. Yeah. All right. So I am hearing that you are still giving to this person, but I don't think they're reciprocating that energy. I don't think they're giving you, oh, I just looked up and saw 11:11 on the timer. So I don't feel like they're giving you the same amount of energy. I feel like you're giving a lot to this connection and they are not. The Six of Swords, you know, it is kind of like a connected energy, but it's not, to me, the Six of Swords is kind of like, it's not quite being together. Like it's not a flowing relationship. It's kind of like remaining connected. It feels like, you know, you've tried to move into calmer waters, but it just feels right now like if you look at this image, they're still on the dock. Like it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. And even though they continue to connect with you, I'm also seeing that they're withdrawn here. So like I said, at times they could be really prioritizing everything else except you, and they could be really sticking you on the back burner. And it's definitely time to put up boundaries with this person, you know? You could have some wounds here. They could have some wounds. It just feels to me like you are giving, 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 and they are putting in very little effort. Low effort, the King of Cups in reverse. And, you know, there could be some emotional manipulation going on. So if you do speak up about your needs and wants, they could guilt trip you or they could make you feel bad for having feelings. So that's kind of where we are. So if that's not you, that's completely fine. But I know that some of you, if you're still watching this, you probably resonate with this energy in your past. I feel Queen of Swords. I feel my Queen of Swords energy coming out. All right, so let's get back to that other deck. Because, yeah, it feels like you're lacking the confidence to choose yourself. It feels like there is a bit of self-sabotage on your side because this connection isn't making you happy right now. It feels like you're very much in your head. But you're continuing to try, right? Very determined, that Knight of Pentacles. Love that Knight of Pentacles. But it just kind of feels like you're feeding a slot machine here, right? And I'm sure this person is self-sabotaging in their own way from fear and ego issues or from fear of intimacy with that King of Cups in reverse. So let's see what we need to know about this connection. It feels like it's time for you to ascend. And it doesn't have to mean this is the end, but you definitely, with the Nine of Cups in reverse, need to work on your inner healing. You could be trying to hold this connection together right now. Maybe you have a fear of separation. But when we stay in a situation like this, expecting it to change, it's not going to change if you keep investing in it. The way to change it is to pull your energy back. So I'm hearing I'm really getting the innocent child archetype here. Sometimes you notice yourself believing in someone's potential more than what's actually happening right now. And that's kind of what I'm seeing, is that you see the potential in this person and you're continuing to give to it, but they're not reciprocating the same kind of energy. You see who they could be, the good in them, the version of them that might appear if things finally settle or they just feel safe enough to open up. You may notice things like sensing who someone could be rather than who they are right now, feeling deep compassion for someone's pain, imagining future harmony even when the present feels uncertain, staying longer because the connection feels meaningful, believing that patience will eventually create stability, like waiting for change without clear evidence. I'm hearing it's time to put up boundaries with this person. So let's see Spirit's advice about this connection, or let's have a look at what's going on here. So yeah, look at this. We have needing time, cycles, and takes time to heal, progressing. So it's really time. I'm going to stick that right in between you. It's really time to go within and heal. And if you want, like, what we're willing to accept is how we tell people to treat us. So it feels like this person has kind of gotten away with treating you this way. Yeah, we have the Runner and Twin Flame. So even if this is a twin flame, it doesn't matter how determined you are, how much you hold that tower together, how much hope you have for this person. They're not going to change until you pull your energy back and work on yourself. Ship. Cutting ties, moving on, right? So it's like, this didn't actually come out, but I do feel like, and please, it doesn't have to be the end of this connection, but it's like, I see you trying to repair it. You're very persistent, trying to build something with this person, and I feel like they keep sabotaging it, and in a sense, you're sabotaging yourself. Again, that Nine of Cups is kind of looking for love outside of yourself. What do I want to look at here? I feel like there's a lot of wounds here. So you could have an abandonment wound here. Abandonment wound with that Five of Pentacles, a deep, persistent fear of being left behind, forgotten, or deemed unworthy of love and connection. This wound manifests as intense sensitivity to rejection, a need for reassurance, and an underlying belief that people will eventually leave. Relationships may feel like emotional battlefields where any distance, physical or emotional, and they're definitely withdrawn emotionally, triggers panic, insecurity, and a desperate need to cling. There may be patterns of self-sabotage, pushing people away. I believe they're pushing you away. Watch for patterns of overgiving, people-pleasing, or staying in unhealthy situations. And you know, it talks about when you start to heal this, when you start to put up boundaries, you realize that the love you've been searching for has been within you all along. I want this, like for you, I want this in the upright. That's being happy in your own energy, realizing that the love you've been looking for is within you. So you and this person could definitely, like twin flames, you definitely have wounds that you're triggering within each other. And my hope is for whoever this reading is for, you pull yourself out of this cycle where you are holding on to it in hopes that they're going to change while you're holding on, because you're going to burn yourself out emotionally And a lot of people can get stuck in this cycle for years waiting for change. So my hope is that this reading finds the right person who needs to put up boundaries now. Let's get a few more. You could feel a soul connection. Look at this. Time to heal. Self-worth and value, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So it's definitely time to go within here. And look, we have girl with a snake. So you could be an empath, right? And I'm not saying they're a snake, but it feels like they could be taking advantage of you, taking advantage of your empathy. I feel like, you know, because you have this empathy, you're being very patient and giving. But in a sense, this word enable, and I apologize if this triggers you because it triggered me when I learned this. But by continuing to give to this person's energy, which isn't great, you're actually enabling them to hurt you, right? Because again, what we're willing to accept is how we tell that other person, this is what I think I deserve, or what we're willing to accept is how we tell them to treat us. So again, there's a very heavy energy where spirit wants you to put up boundaries. And I gotta tell you, I'm not going to get channeled messages from this person because I don't really, I think right now you need to focus on yourself and put up healthy boundaries. And you know what? Their energy, when you put up boundaries, I can guarantee you, this King of Cups, they're either going to guilt trip you, or they're going to make you feel bad for putting up boundaries, or they're going to run. And you know what? That just means they're not healthy to be in your energy right now. And it's time for you to phoenix. It's time for you to be that butterfly and ascend out of this. If you ever want them to change, twin flame, if you want this person to change, the change starts with you. Let's get two more. I had a feeling that this would be, I had a feeling. Sabotage and rebuild, persistent, working on it, repairing. So this is like, again, it feels like you and this person just keep trying to make it work. Somebody keeps self-sabotaging, or both of you. It doesn't feel like it's going anywhere stable right now. It feels like it's going around in a circle. Soul connection, definitely. Not enough. Okay? So again, we're not seeing anything about separation here. So Spirit's saying there needs to be a separation here, as hard as that is. And if you don't instigate the separation, you have the Tower here, divine intervention. So it's like Spirit's trying to send you the signs that this isn't working, and you can either climb down out of that tower to safety yourself, put up boundaries, focus on yourself, or you can wait for divine intervention to kind of blow you out of that or throw you out of that tower. As someone who is familiar with that energy, I would suggest climbing out of that tower, because being thrown out of it is much more painful. Anyway, I know this is not easy to hear right now, but if you want to change this situation, and you believe that this person can heal, I would definitely put up boundaries. Okay, because they're clearly in runner energy. So let's get a few of these cards. We have done explaining, no more justifying, silent exit, energy protection, exactly. So you're probably someone who, is this person dry texting you? Because I had another download about dry texting. Like you message this person and they're like, okay. or you say, I love you, and they're like, you too. Like very like withdrawn. Oh, I'm hearing something else now. I'm hearing the bare minimum. So this person could be giving you the bare minimum, and you could be someone who is like writing letters to this person, typing up long paragraphs to this person, trying to get them to see your perspective, trying to get them to put in more effort. You could be feeling like, if I just say the right thing, if I just say this, if I just try again, right? That persistent, working on it. Don't send that last paragraph. Spirit's telling you, you don't have to justify yourself anymore. You don't have to keep explaining yourself to this person. It's time to protect your energy. If you truly, want this to change, twin flame, choose yourself. Lovers, choose yourself. That's what that Lovers card is about. It's not just about an intense connection we feel with another person. It's about an intense divine connection that's supposed to teach us self-growth. And that means choosing yourself over someone in this energy. All right. Oh my gosh. My friend, I'm not trying to hurt you. I cut open to this. Truth hurts, wake up call, clear eyes. Reality check. And again, I'm not trying to hurt you with this. I'm trying to save you from, well, no, I can't save people. That's a complex that I have that I need to fix. But I'm trying to prevent you from being stuck in this to the point where I'm hearing erosion of self, to the point where you completely disappear and you're just a shell of yourself. Okay? If I could, me and my lucky dragon would totally come scoop you up and we'd go on an adventure. We have hot and cold, push-pull dynamic. I knew it. Right? Emotional whiplash. It's fucking confusing. And you become addicted to it. Where's that Queen of Swords? You need to be that Queen of Swords, my friend. And we have nothing adds up. Inconsistency. All right, we have left unread. You've got a dry texture on your hands, I know it. Left unread, ignored, message seen 3 hours ago. Oh, I saw your message, but I'm not going to respond to you. Like, I feel my big sister energy coming out. You deserve more than that, my friend. You deserve more than that. Okay? So, let's see what's going on here. What do you need to know? Cycle repeat. Exactly. Emotional addiction. Exactly. Like, same shit, different day. Same drama, different day. Stuck in a loop. Judging by this energy, that's exactly how you feel. Right? Like, you're with someone. You should be happy. You should be smiling. You should be getting sweet texts. But that's the energy that's coming through. This is weighing very heavily on you. It's not healthy for you. And we have craving, highs and crashes, emotional addiction. And that's exactly it, the slot machine. So if you're new here and you haven't heard me talk about the slot machine, the whiplash, the push and pull, the inconsistency, like maybe this person shows up great for a day or two and then the cycle repeats. And then there's a fight. And then you start talking again. and then it's okay for 2 days, and then the same cycle over and over and over again. That's that merry-go-round. That's that roller coaster. Get off the ride. It's going to make you sick. But he agrees. Isn't he cool? He should be pink. I thought about painting him a little pink. When I got him, I was playing with him and I was imitating him from the movie. Atreyu! Okay, we're not here for that, but... what was I saying? The slot machine analogy. So when somebody is inconsistent and hot and cold, it gives you just that smidge of hope that they're gonna show up in the right energy, right? So you keep giving to it, waiting for that warm energy to come back. 7 times out of 10, it's cold, it's withdrawn, left on red. 3 times out of 10, if you're lucky, you get warmth. Incredibly emotionally confusing, causes emotional confusion, cognitive dissonance. And for those of you who may be watching this who have already been through this and you're already in separation, let's give this person this reading is for some encouragement that they have the strength to do this. All right. What do we need to know about this connection? Please, Spirit. Yeah, emotionally unavailable, absent effort. Not showing up for you. So, think about it. What are you looking for from this person? Are you looking for love? To feel loved? What they're reflecting back to you is that you need to give yourself that love. Are they not showing up for you, not choosing you? They're reflecting back to you that you need to show up for yourself and choose yourself. I feel like this person is like very emotionally unavailable right now. King of Cups in reverse. Withdrawn. We have wishful thinking, nostalgia, fantasy, dreaming of you. Am I saying you're delusional? Absolutely not. But I feel like you do see this person's potential, and that's what keeps you holding on. Maybe at some point there were, you know, good times between you. That could what am I hearing? Oh, it's my son singing. That could definitely be, you know, those good times that you had together. That could definitely be you, like something that you keep trying to remember. If we could just get back to the way things were, if, you know, anyway. Let's get another one. To be clear, it's not you I'm frustrated with. It's your person. We have fake apology, manipulative guilt, King of Cups in reverse. So this person probably says things like, you know, what do you mean I don't give you enough time and energy? What about when I do this? And how much time and energy do you expect me to give you? And, you know, they probably, after a few days of silence or whatever, probably they apologize, but don't show change, no real change. So they apologize. And you keep putting in effort. And this would definitely be someone that if you put up boundaries, they would probably make you feel bad for it, which is a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of baloney. Two more for this one, Spirit. 1, 2, confused as hell. Almost, not yet, maybe. Friends, it's complicated. No clarity, no labels, emotional chaos. 9 of Cups in the Tower, emotional chaos. So maybe this person tells you, like, I don't know what I want. I'm not ready for commitment, but they continue to give you energy. And now we have gaslighted, manipulated, doubting yourself, twisting the truth. It's all in your head. I never said that. You're too sensitive. Time, like that is the King of Cups in reverse, okay? And being gaslit will have you questioning yourself. Listen, I'm still dealing with some of my wounds, but I did start a new channel, and this is not about me promoting my new channel. It's not even monetized, but these things that you're going through here on my other channel, these are the things we heal from over there. You Were Never Broken, 333. I think you need to heal, especially if you're being gaslit, whether it's intentional or not. Unfortunately, some people who are unhealed and emotionally unavailable will gaslight you without knowing that they're doing it. And even then, sometimes when you say, oh, hey, I notice a pattern that it feels like you're gaslighting me, they still can't see it. Doesn't matter how much you explain it. Remember that. So it feels like when you bring these things up, this person could gaslight you and say, I don't know what you're talking about. I give you enough time and energy. You know, I don't know what you're talking about. Why do we have to have a label? Yeah. Gaslighting is a wound that cuts deep into your reality, making you question your own memories, emotions, and perception. It's a slow unraveling of self-trust, the quiet erosion of confidence in what you know to be true. This wound convinces you that your feelings are irrational, your experiences are exaggerated, and your intuition cannot be trusted. Right? So like the way this person is showing up, if you told them, hey, you're hurting me with the way you're showing up, or you feel really withdrawn, or you seem emotionally unavailable, or I wish you would give me more time and energy, they would probably tell you that you're asking for too much. Or make you feel bad. Like this feels, Millie's hair is here. Black dog could be symbolic. This definitely feels like this is someone when you tell them they hurt you, they make you the problem. And dude, that's not okay. Over time, a gaslighting wound can lead to deep insecurity, isolation, and inability to advocate for oneself. Watch for patterns of self-distrust, fear of speaking up, or constantly second-guessing reality due to being invalidated, right? Again, I can see this person, the energy that they're in, that there's someone who, if you told them they hurt you, it would be your fault that you were hurt in some way, shape, or form. And again, that's not okay. And if you don't know what I mean by big sister energy, I'm not a big sister. I'm a baby sister. But I have a big sister who sometimes steps in and gives me a reality check. I hope this is in your future. Done tolerating this. And again, for those of you on the twin flame journey who've already gone into separation from someone like this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you truly see this person's potential, right? Twin flames, you have a soul remembrance, whether you remember it or not, of their higher self, of their actual potential. But you cannot create a healthy foundation and union based on somebody's potential. So twin flames, they're meant to come together. They trigger all these wounds. Like this person has a ton of wounds they need to heal if that's how they're treating you. But anyway, you trigger each other's wounds, and then this starts happening, and you go into separation to do the self-work alone. And then once you've both done the work, possible reunion. But the work doesn't happen. Like, you can't evolve into the divine feminine when you're in an energy like this with this person, just like they won't change as long as you're giving to them. It's time to empower yourself. Be that empowered empath. And I'm sending you love because I know it's not easy. But you, my friend, don't deserve any of this. Two more. Two more. So yeah, we have intense start. I was just talking about that. Sudden withdrawal, confusion. So this person runs hot and cold with you. And we have living in memories, past replay, stuck emotionally. Like, again, I feel like you remember the good times and that keeps you holding on, thinking that you're going to get that jackpot, the slot machine, right? They design it that way. I never did finish explaining the slot machine, but they're designed so every now and again you win something. And that keeps you addicted. It keeps you like wanting to keep pulling that thing and playing with a fear that if you get up and walk away, somebody else is going to sit down and get the jackpot. So you could feel like, well, if I give up on this, what if they meet someone else and they get the best version of that person? They won't. They won't. They'll get the same version eventually. And this is what I don't want to happen to you. Remember I talked about that tower. So you can either climb down out of that tower, or that tower is going to crash with you in it, which may look like this person throwing you away eventually. And you know what? If you put up boundaries with this person, they may do this. They may just say, screw you then, and walk away. Doesn't mean that's forever. All right. I had a feeling. And you know what? I don't often... It's very rare that I channel people in actual contact, right? So anyway. All right. So let's see what's currently blocking you when it comes to this connection. What is currently blocking you? So 7 of Cups. So right now you are emotionally confused, and I'm not saying you're delusional, but you're not seeing it clearly. This person is causing confusion, like cognitive dissonance, mental confusion, not trusting your intuition. And we have this High Priestess. So right now I feel like your intuition is telling you something's not right here. I feel like I'm being mistreated. I feel like I'm being gaslit. But this person is confusing you so much that you're doubting your intuition. They've got you thinking that you're the problem. They've got you thinking that you're asking for too much. I'm sorry if I'm yelling at you. Like, I'm not yelling. But I just feel like I'm speaking very passionately because this ain't cool. It's Queen of Swords energy that's coming out of me right now, right? So again, your intuition is telling you something is off here, but you can't hear it because this person has you so freaking mentally confused, making you doubt yourself. Guess what? You do deserve reciprocal energy. You do deserve reciprocity and love and attention and to be responded to when they read your freaking text. Even like I read your text, I'm really busy right now, but I'll be sure to message you back later. Right? text to chat. How long did it take me to say that? You deserve, when you tell somebody that you're hurt, for them to say, oh my gosh, the last thing I want is for you to be hurt. How can we make it better? What is currently blocking you? Strength. Lack of self-confidence, lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, self-doubt, feeling like you're not enough, possibly feeling like you don't have the strength, questioning your own intuition, self-doubt, weakness, low confidence. You might be experiencing fear, a lack of conviction and confidence in your own inner knowing, self-esteem issues, insecurity. And it even says, perhaps you are trying to achieve a goal, solid foundation, that's not within your reach right now. You need to overcome your doubt and fears. The Strength card. The Empress. Exactly. Distorted feminine energy. And please, I am not telling you any of this to make you feel bad. I'm trying to... It is kind of like a reality check. And it's, you are not delusional at all. But to keep doing what you're doing, has it helped anything? Have you seen any change? Any long-term change? Any stability? Any real growth? So distorted feminine energy will engage in these cycles of hot and cold, on again, off again, the emotional whiplash. Let me look it up. You definitely should join us over on that other channel. Overgiving and people-pleasing, giving to the point of exhaustion, often neglecting oneself to gain approval or security, lack of boundaries, inability to say no, leading to feeling used or disrespected, emotional instability, possibly pushing your emotions down, disconnection from intuition, yes, distrusting one's inner voice, victim mentality, feeling passive, helpless, or that life happens to you, possibly competition with other feminines, viewing other women as threats rather than allies due to insecurity. Oh, buddy. How come I've never seen that before? You know, that's how I felt for many years of my life. That is very interesting. I no longer feel that way. Generational trauma. So root and causes, generational trauma, modeling behavior from a mother or female figure who is also disconnected from her power. Trauma and betrayal, past experiences of being unchosen, betrayed, or having trust violated. So how do you heal this energy? You learn to say no and protect your energy. Nurture yourself, recognizing that your worth is inherent, not earned. Reconnect with the body, protect your energy, trust your intuition, put up boundaries. The Empress does not allow any of this shenanigans into their energetic bubble. I feel like I'm on fire right now. You need to phoenix. It's like when I talk about phoenix energy, it's like you keep getting burned and burned and burned and burned, and eventually you have to evolve like that phoenix. And the Empress has a blockage, lack of self-love, lack of, like I said, it's holding on to something that's not working, trying to control it, engaging in harmful cycles with that person. They're hurting you. I don't care what the hell they say, they are hurting you. And my Libra's coming out. Strong sense of justice. I believe you, even if they don't. And the Star. So there really needs to be healing here, okay? What is blocking this person? What is blocking them? What is blocking them? Two of Coins. They're neglecting you. They're neglecting you. I'll be your lawyer. Not really. Not in the court of law because I'm not an actual lawyer, but I've got a strong ass sense of justice. I will back you up. Page of Cups is a blockage. They are immature. They're neglecting inner child wounding. They need to heal that inner child. They're showing up in such an emotionally immature way. It's pissing me off. Like, and you know, I'm sending you a lot of love because you're not going to feel this. It's not even resentment that I'm feeling. I'm feeling that empowered Queen of Swords, like, whoa, I deserve more than that. And I guarantee you, when you put up boundaries, you won't feel that way right away. You'll grieve. You'll wonder if you did the right thing. You'll second guess yourself because of what this person has done to your poor brain. But eventually, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I kept seeing hawks today, okay? And they were all like soaring. Never saw any of them flapping their wings. They were just soaring. And I immediately heard a download about a higher perspective. And something's got to change. And you won't feel it right away. You won't feel immediately empowered. You'll probably second guess if you made the right decision putting up boundaries. Maybe at times you may reach out to them thinking that you did the wrong thing. But eventually, once you start to heal, once you start to show love to yourself, you're going to be like me. You're going to look over at this and be like, what the heck was I thinking? Because once you start putting up boundaries, eventually you get that empowerment. Oh my gosh. All right, for what's blocking them. Again, you've got someone who's very emotionally immature on your hands, someone with a fear of vulnerability, someone with a fear of intimacy, who has a very wounded inner child. They're treating you in a very immature way. Like Two of Pentacles, neglecting love, neglecting you, not focused on love. They're focusing their energy on anything but love, anything but you. June 17th could be symbolic. One more. And I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I'm not trying to yell at you. I'm so sorry, especially if this person yells at you. Like, whatever. But I wouldn't be surprised if they have distorted masculine energy. Right? Someone who has a fear of commitment, someone who's in their ego, someone who is highly defensive and aggressive when you say, oh, hey, this hurt me. What is blocking them? One more card. What is blocking them? Whatever. Where did it go? We have the Ten of Swords. This person needs to learn lessons. Okay? This person needs to learn lessons. This person needs to hit rock bottom. They need a wake-up call. Similar to like the way that Spirit said, this is a reality check. This is your wake-up call. You know? How about this? If this was the person, other than this person, who do you love most in the world? Okay? Is it your friend? Is it your sibling? If the person you loved most in the world, not a romantic connection, came to you, like let's say your mother was single and she was dating someone that treated her like this, how would you feel about that? What would you tell her? If this was your child, like maybe you're older and you have children who are in their 20s or teenagers, if your teenager came to you or your adult child and said, hey, this is how my partner's treating me, what would you tell your child? Go to a mirror and look at yourself and tell yourself that. Because what's blocking them? Someone very defensive, someone unable to take accountability, possibly manipulative communication from past trauma, from lessons that they haven't learned. And they're still not learning the lesson with you. Do you get my point? Anyway. So, with peace and love to both of you, because I believe people can change. I believe this person can change, but not while you're giving them your wonderful energy. I don't even want to look at how this person feels about you or if they're going to change while you're still talking to them. I just want Spirit to give us a no bullshit assessment of what you need to do about this situation right now. So, what action do you need to take towards this connection? That's what we're going to ask. Because eventually that tower is going to fall. And again, you can either climb down to safety now, having control over your own situation. That's part of it, right? When you are in control, when you empower yourself. The other option is get to the point where this person completely pushes you away, throws you away like we saw with that card, and then you're left feeling completely out of control and disempowered. So, Spirit, be brutally effing honest. What action? The crows are outside. Mr. Crow says it's time to protect yourself. What action does this person need to take towards this connection right now? What action do you need to take towards this connection? All right. We've got the Eight of Swords in reverse, and we've got the Devil in reverse. It's time to end the codependent attachment. It's time to chop those chains to bits, wherever that addiction card was on the bottom of the deck when we first started. It's time to release those chains to this person. It's time to take control of this situation and empower yourself and choose yourself. Eight of Swords, it is time to surrender whatever this is right now. It's time to look at it from a new perspective. It's time to free yourself. The Eight of Swords, often it's an image of someone who feels stuck, someone who's unhappy, someone who's overthinking, overwhelmed in their head. And they feel like they're trapped there, but Spirit's reminding you, you are not trapped there. It's time to take control of this situation yourself and free yourself from it so that you can get a new perspective, because this is unhealthy. It's unhealthy. And it's time to focus on being more self-aware, like healing yourself, facing your shadows, doing shadow work, healing. And I guarantee you it'll be worth it. You know? Pro number one of doing this, you will learn to love yourself and not doubt yourself, and value yourself and have higher standards and put up boundaries. Then you will attract in healthier relationships, whether love, whether friendship. You will learn to fall in love with yourself. That's pro number one. Pro number two, it gives this person the ability to change. And if they do change and they come back, great. But if not, pro number three, by no longer putting up with this, you're changing what you're calling in. So Spirit will send in someone great once you're healed, once you are no longer accepting this. It's like a win-win-win. What action do you need to take towards this connection? I'm hearing the song. Yes! Oh my God, Spirit! Spirit's showing up today. Yes! Queen of Swords. Fucking right. Take action towards being this Queen of Swords. Okay? The Queen of Swords, higher standards for love. The Queen of Swords, boundaries. I know my worth. And again, I can tell this person's energy, when you put up boundaries, they're either going to go silent or they could be mad about the boundaries that you put up and say that you're being unfair. They may push back against those boundaries. Heck, they may even laugh at them. That's what happened to me. But anybody who is safe to be in your energy will respect your boundaries. Let me look this up. Protect your energy, my friend. Don't make me come over there. All right, Queen of Swords. Firm boundaries, speaking your truth with direct honesty. Prioritize your personal power and independence. Actively define what you will not tolerate and cut off situations and people that treat you badly. Be direct and clear. Speak your mind plainly without softening the truth, even if it feels uncomfortable. Make decisions based on rational thought and evidence. What is the evidence? What is the 3D version of them? Not their potential, not what they were when you first met them. What is their actual 3D version? What are their actions telling you right now? Be independent. So step into your independence. Speak with authority and clarity, acting as a truth teller. And you know what? I'm hearing that you can't handle the truth. I bet you this person won't be able to handle the truth. Let me look here. So, setting boundaries with an emotionally unavailable person involves clearly communicating your needs, reducing your expectations of emotional engagement, and strictly enforcing consequences for disrespectful behavior. Use I statements to state your limits and focus on protecting your own peace. Be direct and clear. State your boundaries, such as, I am not comfortable continuing this conversation when you are yelling or shutting down. Focus on actions, not changing them. Set time constraints. Limit the amount of time you spend or the energy you give to conversations that lead to frustration. Use the CLEAR method, CLEAR. Communicate their value. I care about our connection. Limit or boundary, but I won't engage when I feel ignored. Explain the benefit. This way we can have better interactions. Assure them of your care. Repeat the boundary calmly. Coping and maintaining boundaries. Stop pursuing if they consistently withdraw. Reduce your effort and stop chasing, which protects you from burnout. Lower expectations, accept their current inability for deep connection to avoid disappointment and emotional exhaustion. Enforce consequences. If a boundary is violated, follow through with a preset action, such as hanging up the phone or leaving the room. Seek support. Surround yourself with supportive friends or a therapist to maintain your emotional well-being. If their behavior remains consistently disrespectful, despite your boundaries, consider ending the relationship or reconsider the relationship. I'm just looking something up. Let me just open up this one because I have a feeling this person is going to resist these boundaries. So, setting boundaries is an essential part of maintaining healthy relationships, but it becomes particularly challenging when dealing with this person. Setting boundaries with someone like this is often met with significant resistance and challenges, making the process difficult and emotionally taxing. That is the truth. It's not giving me anything that I want here. Anyway, so be prepared when you do this that this person is going to react. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow, what you stop, and what you reinforce. This wound often stems from past experiences where your needs were dismissed, your limits were ignored, or where saying no led to rejection or punishment. Over time, you may have learned that your worth is tied to how much you give, how much you tolerate, or how little space you take up. But a life without boundaries is not love, it is self-abandonment. Healing this wound requires reclaiming your right to protect your energy, your time, and your emotional space. Boundaries are not selfish, they are acts of self-respect, the invisible lines that tell the world, I am worthy of care, of consideration, of being heard. The moment you start enforcing your limits without guilt, you stop teaching others that you are willing to be walked over. True connection does not require you to abandon yourself. It requires you to stand firmly in who you are, knowing that real love will never ask you to break yourself to be worthy of it. Anyway, Spirit definitely wants you to take action towards protecting your energy. Look at this thing in front of the Queen of Swords. So, just out of curiosity, I want to see how is this person, this is a collective reading, so this won't resonate with everyone, but I want to see how this person is going to react when you put up this boundary. My experience of putting up boundaries with people like this, and I've had to do it twice, not good. A lot of defensiveness, laughing at the boundary, telling me I don't know what a boundary is, that I like kind of tearing my boundaries down, dissecting them. One of the people was my father. Doesn't mean your boundary was wrong. If somebody respects negatively to your boundary, it does not mean that the boundary wasn't needed. It means it was definitely needed, because anybody who respects your boundaries won't run away, won't push back against them, won't take them as an attack. How is this person going to react when you put up boundaries? The fact that the King of Swords is there is a little bit alarming because, again, I feel like they're going to be very defensive. And fun fact, twin flames, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, represent counterparts who are in separation and no contact. So it's like, this is kind of what needs to happen here. How is this person going to react when you put up boundaries? All the cards are running away from me. Well, we have the Lovers in reverse, separation. Not surprised. We have the Eight of Cups. Exactly. Exactly. They're going to run. They're going to avoid. Right? They're going to exit stage left or whatever. Doesn't mean your boundaries were wrong. I want to prepare you for this. The Lovers. Disharmony, imbalance, conflict, detachment. Detached partner. So they're going to detach, right? And that just means you did the right thing putting up boundaries. And this person is going to actively avoid taking accountability for their actions that caused you to put those boundaries up in the first place. You see what I mean? What energy will you transition into once putting up these boundaries? What major energetic shift will it cause in you? The Emperor. Look at that. That's amazing. You'll feel more confident. You'll feel more empowered. You'll feel more stable. You will be protecting your energy, the protector. You will shift into providing and protecting yourself. You will feel more confident eventually. It doesn't happen instantly, unfortunately. We also have this. Six of Coins. So you'll realize you were worthy of love. You were worthy of equal give and take and reciprocity. And moving forward, you know your worth. So moving forward, this is what you're going to be calling in. So if this person wants to be with you, then they're going to have to elevate so that they can give that to you. You're going to see that you were worthy of reciprocal energy all along. Dang straight. It's going to empower you. And you'll see things more clearly. You'll have more clarity about how this person was maybe taking your love for granted or not appreciating what you were giving them. What shift are they going to go into? How will their energy shift once they detach? Remember, we've got conflict here, right? So you're going to be met with conflict, all right? Oh my gosh, the Three of Swords is in reverse. So eventually, they're going to have regret for the way they treated you. Eventually, they're going to want to apologize to you. Possibly even it could kickstart their healing. Five of Wands in reverse. Right? Blockages will be removed. They'll want to make amends with you. And if they're lucky, you won't be snapped up by anybody else. If they're lucky. Anyway, Queen of Swords, higher standards. If you could see me, I have my arms crossed right now. I feel... Anyway. Sorry for the rude wake-up call. Somebody needed this message. I knew it. So, my beautiful friend, protect your energy. Know you're worthy of much more than what you're getting now. And the only way to shift your vibration, raise your frequency, is to stop accepting that, because that's just not cool. Anyway, I'm in Queen of Swords energy for you. I'm trying to think of a good... I'm trying to think of a good example of the Queen of Swords. I just can't think right now, because I'm like... I'm all fired up. I can't think of a good example. Gosh darn it, it's going to come to me later. I'll be doing something random and then something will come to me. Really, Spirit, you don't want to give me a good example? Well, no, that's not a good... I'll think about it. I'll think about it. If I think about it, I feel like it's on the tip of my brain. And when it comes to my brain, I will post about it on my page. I wonder if I have, like, somebody did artwork of the Queen of Swords that I absolutely love. I wonder if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. It's like one picture. You know how many pictures are online of the Queen of Swords artwork? A lot. There's no way I'll be able to find it. It's actually a feminine who's ripped the head off. Who's ripped the head off of someone. If I find it, I'll let you know. Or if you can think of a good Queen of Swords example from some sort of story or movie. I know there must be one. No, I'm not seeing it. Maybe if I say Queen of Swords ripping head off. Let me see. It's like one person hand drew this, so like the odds of me finding it on a random search are not good. No, not videos, please. No, it's not there. Well, I have it on my phone, so I'll share it sometime. But anyway, right now I'm wasting your time and energy. Put a boundary up with me. Click off. It's kind of, originally what I was seeing is when in The Princess Bride, when he's, you know, mistreating her, when he's got his mask on and she's, how did she not know that was him? But anyway, and they're standing at the top of the hill and he's like talking down to her and being mean to her and dragging her around. And she's like, you can die too for all I care. And she pushes him down the hill. Queen of Swords. Anyway, my friend, I am sending you so much love and strength. Find your power. Tap into that power. You've got it in there. And I love you. He loves you. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.